What if I told you that there is a single mineral involved in over 300 different chemical reactions inside your body? A mineral that helps generate your energy, calm your nerves, and keep your heartbeat on track. Yet a significant portion of the population is walking around with suboptimal levels, completely unaware. It is not expensive. You do not need a prescription. You likely have multiple excellent sources of it within arm's reach. The problem is not that this mineral is rare. The problem is that the richest natural sources of it have been systematically removed from the modern diet. The seeds we throw away, the greens we ignore, and the outer skins we peel contain the very nutrients our ancestors instinctively valued. A century ago, many of these foods were staples. Now they are often discarded, forgotten, or devalued in favor of convenient, shelf-stable products that provide calories but little else. The result is a quiet, pervasive nutritional gap that manifests in symptoms people often dismiss as normal. Subtle signs like persistent fatigue that no amount of sleep seems to fix. Muscle tension and random twitches. Poor, unrefreshing sleep. A feeling of being both exhausted and wired simultaneously. Cravings for chocolate. Irritability that feels out of proportion to the situation. These are not necessarily character flaws or signs of serious disease. They can be biological signals that your body is running low on a crucial nutrient. The medical term for severe deficiency is hypomagnesemia, but the reality is that many people operate in a gray zone, not deficient enough for clinical diagnosis, but not optimal either. This is not medical advice. This is educational information about foods and their nutritional content. Please consult your physician before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you have pre-existing health conditions or take medication. The core issue is this. Our food environment has changed dramatically in a few generations. We eat more food than ever before, but the nutrient density of what we eat has declined. The highly processed grains, refined sugars, and industrial seed oils that form the backbone of the modern diet provide very little of this mineral. They also require resources to metabolize, potentially increasing the body's demand for it. We are effectively filling our stomachs while shortchanging our cells. The solution is not to obsess over numbers or chase the latest supplement. It is to identify the foods that naturally deliver this mineral in a form our bodies can recognize and use. Let's explore these foods. But we need to look beyond simple nutrition facts. Not all foods labeled as high in magnesium are created equal. We must ask practical questions. How much would you realistically eat? How well can your body absorb it from that source? Are you preparing it in a way that unlocks the mineral or leaves it locked away? First, consider the seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a portable and affordable source. A small handful can provide a significant portion of your daily needs. This is not a new discovery. Traditional cultures dried and stored pumpkin seeds for winter, recognizing their value without needing a laboratory. They saw how these seeds nourished and sustained them through lean times. Magnesium's role here is fundamental to muscle relaxation. When your muscles contract, magnesium helps them let go. This is why low levels are often linked to cramping. Adding pumpkin seeds to oatmeal, salads, or simply eating them as a snack is a straightforward way to boost intake. However, avoid seeds roasted in cheap oils and coated in excessive salt. That process returns you to the problem of processed food. Chia seeds are another ancient source. Before they were a trendy superfood, indigenous peoples, including the Tarahumara runners of Mexico, use them for sustained energy. They are nearly weightless but packed with nutrients. They form a gel in liquid, which slows digestion and provides steady energy. This is important because magnesium is critical for producing ADP, the energy molecule your cells run on. Soaking chia seeds in water or milk and adding them to your food is one of the simplest habits you can build. No cooking required. This seed connected communities to their environment and sustained them through difficult journeys. Almonds have a long history of being a traveler's food. Their shelf stability made them valuable before refrigeration. They provide protein, healthy fats, and a respectable amount of the mineral. There is a caution, though. Modern wellness culture often turns good foods into overconsumed trends. Drinking almond milk, eating almond flour, and snacking on almonds all day can lead to an imbalance. Variety is a principle of traditional eating. A small handful of raw or dry roasted almonds is a healthy snack. Soaking them overnight can improve digestibility. Cashews are another approachable option. They have a mild flavor and creamy texture. Magnesium plays a role in regulating calcium movement in nerve cells. When this system is overstimulated, you feel tense. Magnesium is not a sedative, but it helps create the conditions for your nervous system to calm down naturally. Reaching for cashews in the afternoon instead of another cup of coffee can be a strategic move. Caffeine pushes you into overdrive. Cashews support a return to balance. Flaxseed is one of the oldest cultivated crops. It provided both fiber for clothing and food for nourishment. A crucial point with flax is that it must be ground. Whole flax seeds are resistant to digestion and can pass through you intact. Grinding, a technique used for generations, unlocks the nutrition. This is a key lesson from ancestral eating. Preparation is not just about taste. It is a form of nutritional intelligence. Grinding, soaking, fermenting, and cooking were developed to make nutrients more available. Now look at the leafy greens. Spinach is familiar, but its preparation is critical. While it is nutritious, it also contains oxalic acid, which can bind minerals and reduce absorption. Cooking spinach is not just about wilting it. It reduces the oxalic acid and makes the magnesium more bioavailable. A huge pile of raw spinach wilts down to a concentrated serving of cooked greens. Pairing it with a healthy fat can further enhance absorption. This is how Mediterranean cultures have traditionally enjoyed it. Swiss chard is a more robust green. It is often overlooked because it requires preparation. You cannot just open a bag and eat it. You have to cook it. This is exactly why it should be valued. Its earthy flavor is a sign of its mineral content. Like spinach, cooking reduces anti-nutrients. Sautéing the leaves and stems with garlic and olive oil transforms this tough green into a deeply satisfying dish. Beans are foundational. Black beans are a prime example. Their fiber is not just for digestion. It feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which produce compounds that support overall health and can even improve mineral absorption. Black beans don't just supply the mineral. They create a favorable environment for your body to use it. Soaking and rinsing beans before cooking reduces compounds that can cause digestive issues. They are a slow-burning fuel that sustains you. Edamame, young green soybeans, is another excellent choice. It provides a complete protein, containing all the essential amino acids. This is unusual for a plant food. Eating edamame in its pod forces you to slow down. This mindful eating is valuable in a world of processed foods designed for mindless consumption. Lima beans are unfairly maligned. They are often remembered poorly because of overcooked, bland versions. Properly prepared, they are creamy and satisfying. They were a staple of Andean communities for their resilience and nutritional value. Soaking and cooking them until tender with proper seasoning is all it takes. The fault was never with the bean itself. Quinoa was called the mother grain by the Inca. It is actually a seed. It provides a complete protein and minerals. Quinoa was vital in high-altitude regions where other crops struggled. It is a food for recovery and rebuilding. Avocado has a long history in Mesoamerica. It is more than a trend. It provides the mineral and potassium, a beneficial combination for cardiovascular health. It also provides healthy fats, which are necessary for nutrient absorption and hormone production. Potatoes are often demonized, but it is important to distinguish between a whole potato cooked with its skin and processed potato products. The skin is where a significant portion of the fiber and minerals reside. Peeling a potato discards this value. Baking or boiling it with the skin on is a different experience. Green peas might seem too humble to be significant, but their value is in their accessibility and ease of consumption. They can be a consistent addition to meals. In many traditional cultures, dried peas were essential winter survival food. Bananas are not just a source of potassium. They also provide this mineral. The combination of potassium and magnesium is important for muscle and nerve function. They are a natural convenience food. Papaya contains a digestive enzyme. This is important because a healthy gut is better able to absorb minerals. Enjoying papaya raw preserves this enzyme. Blackberries offer not only the mineral, but also antioxidants that can help manage inflammation. This is beneficial because inflammation can increase the body's demand for the mineral. Acorn squash is a storage crop. It provided nourishment through winter months. It is a reminder of seasonality and the importance of preserving food. Purslane is a plant often treated as a weed. It is highly nutritious and a source of plant-based omega-3s, which is rare. Its abundance and hardiness made it less profitable for industrial agriculture, so it was dismissed. It is a common garden plant trying to nourish you. Amaranth leaves and seeds have a profound history. They were central to Aztec culture and were so valued that colonizers attempted to suppress them. The plant survived. This demonstrates that food is never just fuel. It is tied to identity, resilience, and independence. Eating amaranth is connecting to a history of survival. These foods, from seeds to leaves to beans, are not just a shopping list. They represent a return to a way of eating that prioritized whole, unrefined plants. The modern food system has created a form of deprivation despite abundance. It is not about complicated diet rules. It is about making consistent, small changes. Swap a processed snack for a handful of pumpkin seeds. Add ground flaxseed to your morning oats. Cook spinach with garlic. Leave the skin on your potato. Recognize that many of the most powerful foods are the ones that have been quietly present all along. By doing so, you are not just nourishing yourself. You are reconnecting with ancestral wisdom and building a foundation for long-term health.